Hi, this is Chris Newman, and our topic is going to be, what is Maoridom in the modern context? As usual, I'll be using logic, rhetoric and grammar to explain the point. This diagram behind me on the board may seem quite busy, but it's very simple, and we'll go through it at a pace. Now, there's three key parts to it. There's the bottom part, which is details, the next part up, which is the basic structure which everything fits into, and the top part, which is the overview of the subject. So what is modern Maoridom? I call it neo-Maoridom, often referred to by its exponents as the matter of our people. Now, our people, for those who are new to the topic, are ruled under Tikanga through tribalism, Rangatiratanga, and the idea of identity as a member of a Maori tribe. However, there is also an intellectual component to this, which is modern times have brought us conflict theory, cultural Marxism, and what is even more interesting politically is what some of you might have seen as a power grab, which may in effect lead to plunder of land and resources. So let's discuss that. I'm going to refer to the law by Frederick Bastiat, and a very interesting quote. Sometimes the law defends plunder and participates in it. Thus, the beneficiaries are spared the shame, danger, and scruple which their acts would otherwise involve. Sometimes the law places the whole apparatus of judges, police, prisons and gendarmes at the service of the plunderers, and treats the victim, when he defends himself, as a criminal. In short, there is legal plunder. Let us explain. I have discovered that the Maoridom and this whole issue of disturbance around the treaty and everything, in modern times it fills the media, the politicians are engaged in it. Why would all these folk be so intent on something? And I discovered that it's about money. Money, also known as plunder. And how is it put together? Well, the idea is that Maoridom somehow, our people have somehow been disadvantaged, exploited, been victims of colonialism and so on. Let's go a little further into this, because we need to find the truth. After all, what is your mana worth if it is packed with lies? And then the other question, are you a Maori or a people of New Zealand? Which means part of all of us. Now, in this support of Maoridom and the Maorification of New Zealand, I've had to investigate what are the topics, and these are all in red down here. So you can see now a very simple structure. And then I began to investigate the substance of these points, which we are hearing so much about, and they broke down into three main categories. Things which we could call lies and deceits, matters which are half-truths, they might be true sometimes and other times not true, or part of the story makes sense. And the other one are denials and matters of ignorance. Let's go through what are the lies and deceits that prop up this whole idea of Maoridom and the justification of plunder, or the financing and bankrolling by the state of tribalism. The first one is the Treaty Partnership Crown and Maori from 1840. We know that's a lie. My previous videos have dealt with these. I'm just going to trip through the points. The other one, evils of colonialism. Whoop-de-doo, that's a good one. The chiefs didn't cede sovereignty in 1840. Another lie. The Freeman Report is the English treaty from 1840 to now. Wow. I have a whole video just proving that. Aotearoa in 1890 the word was used poetically in a sort of a lovely sense to talk about a sort of an atmosphere around New Zealand. It's got nothing to do with the name of the country. Captain Cook, even in 1780, wrote New Zealand on all his charts. and the treaty calls this place Nutirani. The 1986 Hugh Kafuru Treaty translation is full of lies and deceits about 3 key words: Rangatiratanga, Kawanatanga and Taonga. The conflict theory about Maori versus Pakeha is a bunch of lies, especially after 200 years of intermarriage of all the people. And of course, the fact that there are 3 treaty participants, but the lie is that there was the Crown and Maori alone, and that's not exactly true. It's provably wrong. Let's go to half-truths. Yes, Busby did make a declaration of independence in 1835. That's sometimes called Wakaputanga, but nothing ever happened. Yes, it did happen then, but it was of no consequence. So pretending it's of consequence now is a load of twaddle. Pretending that 15% of New Zealand's population is Maori, a lot of people like to say that. Oh, 15% are Maori. Sorry, 15% have some degrees of Maori descent. And if you average it all out, it's probably about, if the average is about 1/8 Maori over across this group, you end up with about 2% if you gather together all the Maori blood. Whoa, if that. The Maori seats in Parliament, then and now, yes, at one stage we needed them because of the very countrified, rural nature of the country. Now it's totally irrelevant. The Maori economy, really there is one, but it runs on tax-free. Iwi corporations, maraes don't pay taxes. So this is a subsidised economy. Oh, we are subsidising it, the rest of the people, not the ones who are running the Maoridom racket. So the definition of Maori, well, before 1840 there was no such thing. There were tribes, but the word Maori just meant regular or common. Anything could be Maori. It could be, a common piece of wood, a Maori wood, whatever. So the word in those days originally had not the meaning that we've given to it now, as if if it describes some sort of race which doesn't actually exist anymore. So Maori is really a arbitrary construct by the Parliament as a Maori person. Marae identity, wow. Yes, you can have a Marae identity. You can identify with tribalism while you're on your cell phone. Everything's weird. It's just not true. And the principles of the treaty, half true. We have to really get to what they are. Let's go over to the denials. One of the big denials is the evils of tribalism. Wow, we deny that. Another one is that there was pre-Maori settlement in New Zealand, that were people living here, thousands and thousands of people already here before the Polynesian navigators arrived in 1100. Wakaputanga, we're denying the truth of that it's nothing. It's a nothing burger. Musket wars, genocide, all being denied. Cannibalism, slavery, female infanticide from 1100 to 1880, all being denied. Maori versus Maori, the 2 big words as well. The little word means a common thing, and the invented matter. And then the Maori crime and jail statistics. I'm going to get into that and explain what that's all about in another separate video. But we are denying and ignorant what the real thing's going on here. Also, the teachings of the prophet Ratana, absolutely denied and thrown away when Ratana urged his people to abandon their old ways and step forward into modernity, holding a treaty in the Bible, one in each hand, all being denied what he taught. That's terrible. Now, the treaty settlement process, none of these claims of the Waitangi Tribunal have been tested by legal inquiry. We're in denial about the truth. We're not even willing to put it under the examination in an open court. And the people of New Zealand, that's us, and we've been denied our identity, denied our character, denied our role, and denied our place in our own country until now. And we're rising, and we're coming back with a rip and a roar. So let's go back into this. It's all about money. It's all about bucks. It's about Maorification means bucks. Plunder, land resources, power grab, the ideology to support it. What is your mana worth if it's packed with lies? So I've shown you how this whole thing fits together. And it's a really very unstable house. As Jesus said, you place your house on sand, it'll wash away. And it'll be a happy day when all this is washed away and we're all once again people of New Zealand. And this tribalism is merely a hobby, it's sort of a sideline lifestyle thing for people instead of a power trip. Chris Newman, I'm going to sign out on this one. It's very simple when you get into it, but there's a lot of little details that support each of it, and don't get lost in them. That's how the media operate, tangle you up in all this stuff, and you can't see the big game that's being played for plunder and resources through those phrases in that non-treaty document: lands and estates, forest and fisheries. That's what the plunder is all about. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.